And here we come to the Classifications tab on the CESA portal, where we look to cartographically display the classifications that the project team will be developing as time goes on. In this case we're looking at the Suffolk, Essex, Southend and Thurrock part of the country, and with all these maps you can zoom in on the areas in which you're interested or pan to different parts of the country as you so wish. There is also a button up here to view full screen, which is more useful when you are looking at areas as large as this, or to shrink it back to your original perspective. Now, as it's a classification of coastal areas, the first thing you have to do is define the coastal zone, the coastal fringe, use whatever definitions you wish, and define the area in which you're interested. So let's go through the process very quickly to see how it's done. We were looking at Essex, Southend and whatnot. Let's get rid of that. Let's instead look at, for instance, the southwest, look at Cornwall, Devon, Plymouth and Torbay, the southwest peninsula. So we define the scope in which we're interested. As with every part of this portal, you have to define the area in which you're interested. Then you proceed to coastal, define the coastal fringe. Now there's lots of options here. We'll just use the distance from the sea, how close the LSOAs, 2021 LSOAs, all as within 5 kilometres to the sea, and define the fringe in those terms. That's it. Now we go to the Classifications tab, and we have a choice of classifications. Now obviously at the moment we haven't yet developed any. We have to go through stakeholder consultation and analyse the data, so there are a few placeholders here. But let's just map the IMD based classification that we're using as a template. Zoom in, move around, have a look full screen, and there you have what you can do with classifications. This is mostly so that we can discuss with stakeholders just how much sense our final classifications, our choice of classifications are making in different regions, so that we can ensure that what we finally go with makes sense for as many people as possible. Worth noting, it's also used in the Explore Data section, where we can look at different variables, IMD, LSOA 21, we map them, and I'll talk about this in the other video, but we also can have a look at how that variable varies according to the classification. Now, as it's an IMD based classification, clearly all the areas fall into IMD slots, but it will in due course allow us to explore some of the relationships between our classification and the data sets. But more about that in the Explore Data video to come.